Hey y'all, I just wanted to hop on here and share a few points on my progress. So, I have learned within the last week on how to lean into the source, how to lean into Holy Spirit, how to lean into the Spirit of truth, how to allow Him to illuminate my understanding, to illuminate the dark places in me, to illuminate the ignorant places that are in me that need Him, that need to be exposed so that it may flourish, so that there may be growth there. It's like I pictured in my mind as like pieces of grass that have turned brown on the ground. They're still sprouting up, they're still growing, there's still growth, but they're brown. They're no longer green. And so, when I lean into Him, He makes it fruitful again. He makes it vibrant again. He makes it colorful and as it should be, as He desires for it to be, and as He desires for it to grow. And so, yeah. So, leaning into the source, getting those deep roots. The vision that He gave me was a plant that has deep roots that go underground, and the roots, they split and they go different ways, but they go deep and they go long and they go wide. The length, the width, the depth of it, I can't even see the end of it, but I just see them like a whole bunch of different roots. And that's how He desires for us to be grounded in Him, to be rooted in Him. And so, of course, in communication with Him, I asked, how do those roots get there? How did they get like that? And His response was through diverse trials. They sprouted in each trial that I yielded my vessel to Him, that I submitted to Him, that I surrendered to Him, and I allowed Him to be Lord in that area. It sprouted a root. And then there's another adversity in another direction, not the same test, not the same trial, but in another way. There was testing, approving, or whatever it was that happened. Another root sprouted, and it went down deeper, or it went to the right instead of to the left, and it just created more and more and more and more. And so, the picture that I saw of the deep roots was just beautiful. I never thought of it like that. I never, because of the illustration signifies the anchoring of my soul, the anchoring of my trust in Him, my belief in Him, my faith in Him, my everything that has been built over time throughout this year, throughout the years. And so, that's point number one, leaning into the source, allowing Him to sprout those deep roots, allowing those roots to go deeper into the soil, to allow Him to continue to break up the fallow ground, break up false narrative, break up false beliefs, break up false systems that I've created and that I've allowed to be created through society, through school, through people, through whatever, and allowing Him to reconstruct the damage that took place from those false beliefs, from those false narratives, from that, allowing Him to create deep roots in me. Because those false narratives, those false beliefs, all that stuff that was false and not truth, did not create deep roots. They actually created seed that was laying on top of the soil. Soil wasn't even broken up. It was hard and dry. And until I let Holy Spirit come in and do the work, He moistened the soil. He broke it up and made it pliable, to get the seed in there, to get the word in there, to allow the light of his words to shine, because his words illuminate my soul. His words illuminate my understanding. So allowing him to do that, allowing the words that I was reading, applying to my situations or whatever circumstances that I've been, over the however long I've been doing these YouTube videos, however long before then, allowing that word to resonate with me, allowing my faith to be built up, to be erected, to be strengthened, not knowing if it's gonna be, if it's not gonna be. I know that he's God. I know that. But will my faith fail? You know, that type of testing, that type of proving. And so going through that, the more that I submitted myself, the more that I allowed him to be Lord, the greater that he revealed himself, the greater his power was revealed. His spirit was able to do what it is that he wanted to do inside of me. And so, yeah, that's the first one. The first one is leaning into the source, getting those deep roots. 2, storing up treasure in heavenly places. So meditating on those words, meditating on what he's done, meditating on writing down the revelations that he gives me, writing down my new belief system, writing down truth narratives, writing down systems that I can put in place that are based on truth, that are based on what he said and not what I know to be true, or not what I heard somebody say, but allowing that to become a part of me. I started storing up those treasures in heavenly places. And so number 3 was the awareness. This one was big, it was pivotal. I didn't even realize that was important until today. And so my awareness stems out 3 different ways. It's number 3 and it stems out 3 ways. My awareness, first and foremost, was of his presence. Studying the wind, the breath, his spirit, the spirit of truth, just studying him, understanding him, reading scriptures about him, reading the word about him, gave me an awareness of him. An awareness that I could not deny. I could not say that this is not him. And even my approach to the word before I even started, knowing what I'm going to the word to study, but praying before I even got into it, that leaning back onto number 1, leaning into the source, praying to Holy Spirit, praying for the spirit of truth to open up the scriptures in a way that I would see the Father, that I would see him as Lord, that I would see him ruling and reigning in whatever it was. Even though I might have been going for me, for my situation, I still end up seeing him in the scriptures, because it's about him. It's written of him. He is the word that became flesh. So my awareness of his presence enlarged. My awareness of myself became exposed, revealed, uncovered, through self-examination. The word also opened up who I am as I am, as he created me. My soul. I began to see places where I fall short, places where I excel, places where I'm mediocre, places where I need to come up, places where I need to decrease. All of it was made plain through this awareness. And the last one was the awareness that I have is awareness of the evil one. Like he walks about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, understanding that I have a opposer, I have an adversary, I have somebody that doesn't want me to win, don't want me to know the presence of the Lord, don't want me to examine myself, don't want me to enter into this awareness. And so also being aware on that end too gave me this threefold combo of awareness that awoke, that, how can I say it, that caused me to awaken to, how can I, thank you, Holy Spirit. These three things, the presence of the Lord, self-examination, and awareness of adversity, or awareness of the evil one, allowed me to have an awareness of my atmosphere, awareness of my environment, awareness of what is going on around me. It gave me more clarity, more insight. It gave me understanding of the treasures that I had been storing up, like I talked about in number 2. It gave me an awareness of the source. It gave me the awareness of those deep roots that went underground. It gave me an awareness of the saving power, his saving power, his rescuing power. It made the scriptures come alive. It made the scriptures come alive. And so all of this came through opening up my gates. I've been studying gates. Opening up my gates. The entrance of my soul. My ears, my eyes. Opening my eyes to see him. Opening my ears to hear him. In my daily interactions, in everything that I do. Of course, you know, you at work. Outside of that, being intentional. All three of these were intentionality, were me being intentional about my pursuit of him, intentional about evolving, intentional about my purpose, intentional about what is the next, what is it that he desires for me to do, what is it that he desires to be done through me, what is it that he desires in the earth, what is his desire, you know. And so it just it's a deeper, it's a place I haven't been in, a way in which I'm not used to thinking. Everything seems unfamiliar. Everything was sort of outside of my understanding. And so that's where the study came in at. That's where his words illuminate my understanding. Where I didn't understand, he gave me understanding. And that's what caused those roots to run deep, in the intentionality, in the pursuit of him, in the leaning into him and submitting to him and surrendering to him, even when I didn't feel like it, even when it didn't make sense, even when I felt like I'm good, I don't need to, but I'm going to. Leaning in, storing up. Nothing's wrong, nothing's going on. All hell ain't breaking loose in my life, but I still need to store this up. I need to store this up. Like Proverbs hit me in with the ant. Like the ant stores up so that in the time when winter comes or whenever the seasons change, that they have food, they have everything they need. The home is built, the food is there, the resources are there. Everything that ant needs is there. And so storing up the treasures, all of these are preparation for wherever I am going. I still do not know. All I know is I gotta stay committed to evolving. I gotta stay submitted to his spirit. I gotta stay surrendered in his word. I gotta stay in communication with him. I gotta stay surrendered to his spirit, to his word, keep it before me. And that's the way in which I stay aware. His word keeps me aware of his presence, aware of who he is and how he moves and what he sounds like, and everyday interactions I'm able to discern. His word sharpens my discernment. My communication with him sharpens my discernment. The people that I surround myself with that are in connection with him, that are pursuing him as fervently as I am, and devoting themselves to pursuing him like I am, has helped me to remain in this place of preparation. And so, yeah, that's the gist of today's video. Preparation. Preparing for what is to come, preparing for the unknown, preparing for what I don't understand, preparing for the shift. Because at any moment, at any time, it can shift from what I'm used to and what I'm comfortable in to what's new, to what he desires for me to do now, where he desires for me to go now, what he desires for me to speak now, what he desires for me to think now. Like, I gotta be ready. And in the midst of evolving, continuing to be kind to myself, continuing to love myself, continuing to have grace for myself, because sometimes I trip up and I fall because I don't see that it's time to turn, or that I should have turned here, or that I should have stepped here, or that I should have whatever. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas is not a thing anymore. It's I'm following you, and if I fall on the way to following you, I get back up. And I keep going. I'm not going to lose my momentum. I'm not going to lose my stride. I'm not going to lose this cadence. I'm not going to lose this place that I'm in, because I'm submitted, because I'm surrendered, because I'm in covenant, because I'm in relationship with one who is continuing to help me. He's the one that helps me to evolve. He's the one that helps me to prosper in this place that I'm in. It ain't me. Part is me putting work to my faith, and the faith pleases him in a way to which he said, yeah, I'm gonna help her. Let me pull her up out of this miry clay. Yeah, let me illuminate her understanding, because she don't understand this. She's ignorant to this. And that's my daughter. That's my child. I'm not gonna have her ignorant to the enemy's devices. So let me illuminate her understanding. Let me illuminate this path before her. Because she prayed and she said she don't want to fall. But, and it's like that. It's like, that's how I feel. Like he talks of me. He speaks of me. He speaks well of me. And that's what helps me to speak well of others. Despite flaws, failures, and whatever. Because I have my own. I got plenty of faults, plenty of failures, plenty of places where I fell short and I missed the mark. I do it every day. We fall short of his glory every day. And if you don't, and you say you don't, you're a liar. The word is not in you. The truth is not in you. And so it's like, I know where I am. And so I know that I'm not the only one. And it gives me that compassion, that mercy for others, to give that grace to others, because I know where I fall short. They may not be the same place they fall short. They may not be falling short where I'm falling short, but we all fall short, and we all need him, and we all desire to be in right standings with him, no matter if we know him or not. It's just innate. It's in our nature. It's in our nature. It was like that before I even got into a relationship with him. I always wanted to be in a good place. No matter what negativity was around me. It's just now that I'm in relationship, now that I'm in covenant with him, now he's strengthened me, and he's giving me tools, and he's giving me resources, and he's giving me insight and revelation that he is the main source. And he's giving me access to the resources. to be who he's called me to be, and to remain in this place of preparation until the time has come, until it's time, until it's time. And so, yeah, that's what I want to leave you with. That's what I just wanted to hop on here and say. Preparation is a must. Preparation is a part of this evolution, of this evolving, of this prospering, of this growing, of this developing. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what is to come. I don't know what's to come, but I feel it, and I know that it's whatever it is awesome, and it's great because he's in it and he's there ahead of me. He's already made the way. He's already prepared the way before me. And so I'm going to stay in this place of shaping, molding, refining. I'm going to let him do the work. And I'm going to remain consistent. I'm going to remain committed. And I'm going to continue to lean into him. I'm going to continue to store up my treasures. And I'm going to remain aware, being intentionally aware of his presence, of where I am, and of adversities that may come and that are, so that I can remain in this place of preparation and evolving. And y'all, I just, in my spirit, when I get to the place that he has prepared for me, I'm not going to stop. It's just in my spirit. There's still continual evolving. I'm still going to continue to evolve. I'm still going to continue to prosper. Because as he cuts away and fruit is produced, more fruit is going to be produced. More pruning, more fruit, more pruning, more fruit. It's just I just see a continual, like it's continual. It's a continual process. And so I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long run. Because where else can I go that he is not? Where else can I be? Where else? Who can love me like he loves me? Nobody. Nobody. No thing, no person could ever take his place. And so I live for him. I live for him. And he lives in me. And I live in him. And so, yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and leave y'all with that. Have a beautiful day, night, morning, whenever you watch this. Be beautiful.